The Iran conflict is at a critical juncture with diplomacy stalled and tensions still running high. The US has rejected Iran's three-stage proposal, insisting that the nuclear issue be addressed upfront, while Tehran wants a ceasefire and resolution in the Strait of Hormuz before any nuclear talks begin. So what is Iran's strategy here and how is it reading the evolving standoff? Joining us now is Seyed Mostafa Khoshcheshm, journalist and Iran affairs analyst. He joins me directly from Tehran. Thank you so much, Mr. Mustafa, for joining us. Let me begin this conversation. Sir, from your point of view, how is going to be the conversation between Iran and America progressing?
Hello, thanks for having me. Well, I don't really think that there is any kind of progress, since Americans seem to be not really serious about the talks. They sent Iran several proposals demanding through the Pakistani side to reply to their 15-point offers like last month. And then after their insistence, Iran agreed to raise just its own demands, 10-item list of demands. And they agreed to just discuss and negotiate over Iran's list of demands. But as soon as they appeared in Islamabad, they started talking about their own point of views, and apparently J.D. Vance couldn't make any kind of decision. He was in direct contact with Donald Trump. He couldn't make a move, and then the talks failed. Ever since then, Iran has presented several initiatives. Of course, based on all of them, Iran's demands should be met. But in Washington, they apparently seem to be willing for a maximalist approach, demanding all the things they want that they couldn't actually earn through sanctions, through bombings last year and this year, including Iran's enrichment program, Iran's ballistic missile program, and so many other things, and they failed. Now they insist on the same as if they got the upper hand, while Iran believes that it has the upper hand, and it has already, guarded off America.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my question to you is that America is saying that
by many analysts throughout the world.
So America is saying that the nuclear issue is non-negotiable. Iran is saying that the Strait of Hormuz should be resolved first. But from your point of view, sir, Hormuz is also creating a global pressure. How long will that continue, sir?
Well, nobody in Tehran has yet approved that there has been a three-staged offer. Tehran has kept silent about any such proposal. It has neither denied it nor approved it. This is the American side that's just saying that there is a three-stage plan offered to the United States. The thing that has brought Donald Trump to his knees is the Strait of Hormuz. And, the Strait goes through the Iranian waters. The main shipping lanes go through Iran's territorial waters between the Qeshm and Tom islands that are miles within the Iranian territorial waters. So it's not secure. The country is at war with the United States, Israel, and also the U.S. bases on the southern rims of the Persian Gulf in the Arab countries. So it's not safe for passage now. And we do believe that the Americans are desperate now. And there will be even aggravating situation after the next week. In about a few weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, the gas prices, oil prices, and everything, transit, jet fuel, and everything will go up. The supply chain, food supply chain, fertilizers, metals, helium gas, everything will go high, really skyrocketing high, and then there will be more pressure on Donald Trump. So there are a couple of scenarios now available. Now, we believe that Donald Trump is preparing for resuming war after they brought more than 1,100 plane load of equipment and men to the region after the ceasefire, preparing to wage war and attack against Iran. Well, if that's the case, we believe that the war could even end up earlier, since Iran believes it has the upper hand. Iranian drones and missiles can devastate energy zones on the southern rims of the Persian Gulf, as has been threatened by Iran's aerospace commander, top commander. And another scenario is just staying in this state of no decision while there is no official ceasefire at place. At
Okay.
least Iran has not endorsed it, and there is no war, and there is only a blockade at the Strait of Hormuz, as well as Americans at the entrance of the Indian Ocean. In this way, we should be waiting for months of a similar situation. At any rate, we believe that the Americans have failed in their attack. So Iranians, not only the Iranian armed forces or government, but also mostly Iranian people that are out in millions every night in the streets for 7 to 10 hours. They are out and demanding continued resistance against the United States and war against the United States to finish off everything. So we believe that we have the situation right now for any kind of scenario, especially the first one.
Okay, but you know, there's another aspect to it. You know, Mr. Mustafa, Iran says that Israel said that Iran has been financing all the proxies which attacks them, Houthis, Hezbollah. Until that stops, the war in West Asia will not stop. Your response to it, sir?
Well, it's interesting to note that Americans have been funding different proxy forces and states across the globe. They are notorious for their support for the Taliban, for, as Hillary Clinton acknowledged, as well as for ISIS. And Jake Sullivan said in a cable that was released by WikiLeaks later, and it was to the then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, saying that Al Qaeda in Syria is fighting on our side. So they've been supporting them, and they've been supporting so many proxy forces. They've been selling arms to everyone. Now they have been, selling arms to Ukraine, to different countries in Asia, to rebel groups across the globe, and they accuse Iran of why Iran is supporting freedom fighters. Well, Iran has never been shy of saying that it has been helping freedom fighters that are defending their home. And that's the resistance front. If Americans, and especially Israelis, are suffocating now, it's because of Hezbollah of Lebanon. It's because of the Ansarullah of Yemen. It's because of the Iraq's Hashtashabi. So Iran will continue reinvigorating its resistance front, and none of these groups have ever attacked, other people unless they have come under attack. Their lands have been occupied, so they, according to international law, they are, free to defend their lands against foreign occupation. The Palestinians, one case. In Lebanon, you could see the same. In Yemen, they came under attack by a coalition of 14 nations. So they have every right to defend their own homes and lands. And Iran has never been shying of saying that it helps these nations stand against foreign aggression.
Do you think Iran will give away its nuclear material, keeping in mind what happened with Ukraine 2 decades ago?
Oh no. That's been called a red line, actually, in Iran's list of demands that was approved by the Iranian Supreme Leader, the new leader, saying that Iran's enrichment as well as its enriched material should stay at home, especially now that they've done everything. They pulled the trigger mechanism, brought back sanctions, international sanctions. They intensified U.S. sanctions. They waged war twice on Iran, and they failed even to locate the place of the 441 kilogram of enriched material. So Iran believes that they have exhausted all their options, played all their cards, and it's not going to, give it out because it belongs to Iran. It's been the result of Iranian technology, and it's also a guarantee, a deterrence against, an atomic attack on Iran.
And last question before I let go of you, how will Iran rebuild itself? It's the most sanctioned state in the world. Your infrastructure has been destroyed. Americans can go for it again with Israel. How will that happen? Because ultimately, without civilian infrastructure in place, a country can end up like Syria, and I have gone there. I have traveled all the way from Damascus, Homs, to Palmyra, to Aleppo, and I've seen the cost of war in terms of cities being completely destroyed.
As I'm talking to you, a major part of the houses that have been destroyed or damaged have been rebuilt or have started rebuilding, and many of them have been repaired in Tehran and other cities across the country with the help of not just the government or the municipality, but by volunteer forces. This is extraordinary. We have 11,000 volunteer forces that are working for free, from engineers to doctors to students, teachers. Everyone is in those groups, helping citizens, helping each other. With regard to the sanctions, Iran has been under the toughest ever imposed sanctions on a nation for the past 4 decades, and it knows how to cope with the situation. Iran is a rich country. You can find most minerals, as well as you have the largest carbon reserves in Iran, energy reserves, gas and oil in Iran. And it can cope with the situation. The war with Iraq was even more devastating, several times more than this war, and Iran could cope with it. In addition, part of the Iranian rebuilding might come, I'm not sure about it, but it might come through the transit fees that it will collect from the shipping lanes that want to go through the Strait of Hormuz, according to the new regime of protocols that will be imposed. As a matter of fact, the Iranian parliament is ratifying it as a law right now that I'm speaking to you. Maybe it will come out in about a few days or 1 week, and that would also be helpful. But one more point is that one of the main points Iran is resisting against the United States, and one of the main items in Iran's list of demands, is a war reparation and condemnation of the warring side, the aggressive party. Okay. If the United States and Israel, everyone knows that they attacked Iran, if they are recognized as the aggressive party, they will be forced to pay the war indemnity and reparations.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.